like to call the Delaware County Commissioner meeting Monday, March the 4th, 2019, 9 a.m. And I'd like to start something new nowadays. We just all need to breathe in, breathe out, and have moments of a few seconds of silence to go to your faith. Let's stand for the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. King. Mr. Henry.
Here.
Ms. Reagan.
Present.
Brooke.
Here.
No public hearings. We do have an appointment needed for the Liberty Regional Wastewater Board.
I'll make a motion, we appoint Steve Graves and Adam Sewell to that board.
I'll second that.
And Adam,
Sewell.
S-E-W-E-L-L.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you say roll call? Sure, no, so. Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Thank you. Approval of the February 4th meeting.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes for the February 4th, 2019 meeting.
Second that. Roll call.
Did we?
Yes,
Should
yes,
we do the 19th minutes?
yes, they should be February 19th. Yep.
Okay,
Stand corrected.
I'll approve, or,
19.
I'll make it the 19th. Amend my motion to the 19th.
Second.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Okay, under the contracts and agreements, I believe Paul's here to give us an update on the Tyler.
And Jim.
And Jim. Appreciate it.
Good morning. What we have is a couple contracts from Tyler Technologies. We had in the past been using some services that they had not been charging us maintenance on. And so what this one contract is to then allow them to start charging us for that maintenance. And that particular cost is $3,780 a year, and that'll be added on to the yearly agreement that we have with them. Basically, it's the modules that we use for the medical priority that the dispatchers use, and the AVL locating service for the vehicles that's out in the field.
Okay, you want to talk about the next one?
Sure. The next one for Tyler is, as we went live with Tyler a little over 10 years ago, we've been using one of our old pieces of hardware to run their message switch. The message switch is a device that manages software and interaction between the dispatch and the cars in the field. And it also passes information back and forth from the state IDACs. That server that it's running on is probably 15 years old. We've been using it for this service for 10 years, and New World, or Tyler, has come out with a new solution that we could use one of our virtual servers to implement this on, which will reduce the cost of replacing that machine, which is about $10,000, and put it on this virtual machine, and it'll be at no cost other than the implementation cost for them to bring that on. And I got the right one. I think I posted the wrong one on that. Yeah. Let me get my $2,850 for their services to migrate that over from the existing server to the virtual server. And then that'll be set up in our data center downstairs, which also will allow us to have a backup of that server running. If for some reason that server that's running on goes down. But we don't have now.
So it's a one-time fee on that one.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve both the amendments to the Tyler contract.
Second.
I have had an opportunity to review these and don't see any problem with them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Thanks, gentlemen. Okay, we have a amendment, commissioners.
There's another contract.
There's another data network service.
Oh, the net, I'm sorry.
Okay, this contract is between Delaware County and Purdue and the Extension Office. It's a 3-year agreement that we've had with them for our internet service. We use Purdue to negotiate the prices for the network that we use for internet, and it uses AT&T service, and that service is for a 250 meg circuit. The total cost for the circuit a month is $13.24, and that's shared between the Extension Office, Purdue, and the county. It's $229 for the Extension Office's circuit side of it, and $10.95 a month for the county. That also allows that to be upgraded to every year we do a renewal, we look to see what we can get bandwidth-wise, if we can increase it for about the same cost, and they were able to do that this time.
Thank you. That's,
John, have you looked at this?
I have. This has been going on for a while. This is what the health department and some others use for some training, don't they? Is this the network?
It's all part of the network, the
Right.
internet that we use for it, yes, and it's,
I'll make a motion we approve the data network service agreement.
second. Roll call.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. And now we have the commissioners, and then do our calendar. We want to move our April 15th meeting to April the 22nd due to a few of us going to be out of town for some economic development.
I'll make a motion we approve the amendment on the meeting date.
Second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Thank you. And polling locations that Jen and Mr. Spangler have been working together.
The only thing that I'll point out is that he's currently looking for a new location for precincts 8 and 10 that was previously at the Anthony Administration Building. Ball State now owns that, and so he's looking for a new location for those 2 precincts.
Have the, Mr. Spangler's not here. That's too bad.
I'll make a motion we approve the polling locations for the general election, primary and general elections of 2019.
That's still outstanding. What's the deadline? You need this real soon?
We're going to start the process for getting the leases as well.
I have all the leases typed up and sealed in envelopes for you.
All but that one.
And I'll find out with Mr. Spangler as to why 8 and 10 need to relocate, because it's a public building, so.
So that was obviously where the Muncie City Schools admin office was, and they are now located in the Career Center. which is on the other side of town, so those two precincts.
Is
could
that
no
building
longer-
not occupied now?
No,
No,
he's
Ball
going
State's
to,
there.
yeah, he's gonna reach out to Ball State and I think see if that could be utilized, or even North Side right next door to it.
Okay.
So yeah, he's in the process of working on that.
So we'll pass it as, then come back and add on to it, John.
Yes, you can amend it up to about 30 days before the election.
Okay. I'll second. You made the motion.
Yeah, I made the motion.
Roll call.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Angie, have a bridge
Good morning,
project.
Commissioners. Bridge 501 located on Cowan Road over Buck Creek that has been designed for rehab, and AT&T will need to relocate. They were able to provide easement for half the utility, not the other. So this is a 50-50 deal to relocate. Currently, this is just based on their estimates. It has not gone out to bid through AT&T. For this agreement, we've signed similar agreements for other projects. And then if for some reason the bids come in higher or less, I'll come back with an amendment to this agreement. But this is what they're estimating it at this time. And AT&T would like to have this agreement in place before they go out to bid.
254,000.
Our share, yeah, 127,
Fiber and copper, that's a pretty big line.
yeah. And that's just south of White Avenue.
I'll make a motion, we approve the utility reimbursement agreement.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have some annual bids. Mr. Jesse has all his paperwork.
Robert Jesse, Delaware County Highway. I'd like to recommend that we accept all the bids on the asphalt materials and go with option 1 with the ag best, which is a fluctuating price.
Well, you have fuel and gravel and all the stone. On this, item 1, asphalt liquid.
In the past, Commissioners, the Highway Department has stepped in all of the bids. It gives them the flexibility of, depending on where they are, what the work is going on, they can purchase materials at any of these locations. And these are the set prices that these locations have. So that's why Mr. Jesse's making a recommendation for all of these bids to be accepted.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion, we approve all those bids. And you want option 1 ag best for fuel, correct?
Correct.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes. Thank you, Judge. Now we have the insurance.
Yes, this is an addendum to the third-party claims administration agreement for the county health insurance. As you know, the county has a third-party administrator and their county self-insured on health claims and prescription claims. This is the agreement for the third-party administrator to review those and obtain the discounts and all that sort of thing. This agreement's already been through the insurance committee last year. They reviewed it and approved it, and they're asking that this addendum be made for the cost of the third-party administrator.
What's the name of the company?
It's Group and Pension Administrators of Texas Corporation.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion, we approve the addendum to the claims administration agreement.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes. Thank you, John. Thank you, Pam, for giving this up to us. Okay, we have the ordinance for first reading. Mr. Rogers presented these, told us they would be coming, and now here they are.
On behalf of Mr. Rogers, we have provided ordinances 2019, 8, 9, and 10 for first reading. These are setting up the funds for the 3 different grants that Mr. Rogers identified at the meeting on the 19th. I don't think you have the money yet, do you?
So these are reimbursement grants, but we do have some.
Are they approved?
Yes.
Okay.
All of them?
Then you probably would need for the commissioners to suspend the rules to adopt them. Okay.
I'll make a motion, we introduce ordinance 2019-008. Do we want to do all 3 together?
You can do all 3 together.
And ordinance 2019-009 and ordinance 2019-010.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
I'll make a motion, we suspend the rules.
3. Second.
Let's suspend the rules to adopt these, correct?
Yes. To adopt. Roll call.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
I'll make a motion, we adopt all 3 of those ordinances, 08, 09, and 10.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Resolution for approval. Resolution number 2019-00A or 6A.
I'll make a motion, we table this resolution for now.
Okay. Second. Roll call.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes. Thank you. Okay, resolution 2019-007A.
This is a resolution that was, confirms the action of the Plan Commission back in February, I think it was, for an amendment to the TIF area, the allocation for the trail project and other use of the TIF funds. I believe, and Mr. Henry can confirm this, I believe this passed through the Plan Commission without opposition, correct?
That's correct.
So this is the formal process for your approval of it, and then what happens next is the redevelopment commission then has a public hearing on the 14th, I believe it is.
Brad's here. Fill us in.
Yes, Commissioners, Brad Bookout, Delaware County Economic Development. John Brook and Commissioner Henry are correct. The Plan Commission approved this unanimously. This is a project that the Delaware County Redevelopment Commission undertook to construct the trail project in the South Muncie Industrial Center. I briefed all the commissioners on the project. You all have a map of the proposed trail route, and there's starting to become some good excitement associated with this project. So I think it's a good project for the south end of the county. Will not raise taxes. Just a few years ago, we utilized a TIF bond to pave all the roads in the industrial center, so we got that all done. So now there's sufficient finances to issue a bond to do sidewalks in that area. So there's a lot of foot traffic in that area if you've not driven through there during the day. A lot of people going, coming, walking to and from jobs. So appreciate your approval to amend the Industrial Center Economic Development Plan to allow for the project.
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution 2019-007.
Second.
thank you.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes. Okay, department heads, elected officials.
Paul Singleton, Director of 911. I just wanted to let the commissioners know that the grant for our new telephone system has been turned in, and they've acknowledged that they have received it. I just want to thank you for partnering with us to get that project going. And as soon as I know what our grant match will be, I will let you know what that is. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for all your work on it, Paul. Anybody else?
The other thing is, I don't believe that we've actually been served, but I was provided notice of a lawsuit filed by the Muncie Redevelopment Commission concerning some accounting issues with regard to TIF districts. I haven't had a chance to talk to the auditor about it. I can tell you that no one from the city or the city attorney's office ever contacted my office. I don't believe they ever contacted anybody else, and so we're going to take a look at this. It will not hold up the jail project whatsoever.
Well, I find it aggravating that there was no kind of notice sent, no phone call made, nothing of that nature done. And I found out when it come out in the Star Press that Muncie was suing the commissioners. And I guess, John, a question I have is, Muncie owes us $265,485 for the enhanced 911 payment in the fourth quarter of 2018. They also owe us $174,227, their share of the health benefits for the 911 center. And they owe us $146,119 from the 2018, their portion of the health benefits. And I believe we've sent them letters. Jenny has even hand-delivered letters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I've emailed Kevin Niemeyer a number of times on these, and he's always responded that he'll look into it, but no
But
payment has
yeah, I
been
find it
received.
aggravating that we have sent letters and invoices and we're not getting paid, but we don't receive anything and get a lawsuit filed against us. That aggravates me, and we didn't know anything about it, so. Something like that.
Ask Donna about if we had got that money as of today, and we still haven't got their money.
That's aggravating. And we've sent them letters, and Jenny's hand delivered them, and we've done all that. But yet, you know, we owe this money allegedly, and we just get sued right out of the box, and that costs taxpayers money. That's upsetting.
I can send a demand letter to the city for the first quarter. We're the end of the first quarter, and usually they've made a payment. That was for the fourth quarter of 2018. Usually they've made that payment by now.
Could you send letters with those
Sure.
figures? Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay. Monthly, weekly reports for the weights and measures. Appreciate their work. Payments of claim, $1,299,775.94.
I'll make a motion that we approve payment of claims.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Any questions, public, like to speak? 3 minutes. Motion to recess.
Yeah, just one thing real quick. Please keep Commissioner King's wife in your thoughts and prayers. She's ill, and so please remember James and his wife in your thoughts and prayers.